I followed this YouTube art tutorial for a week and here's the result. Draw Better Lineart by Winged Canvas. Link of the video in the description. I say tutorial but it is actually an art, tips and tricks. And here's tip number 1.
Use your stabilization and smoothing. It happens with it. Use your stabilization and smoothing as much as possible, but don't rely on it.
Use it but don't rely on it. Tip number 2.
Line weighting? Alright, so learn to control your wrist for line weighting. If you have to press too hard for a thicker line, change your pressure sensitivity settings.
Line weighting, basically your pressure sensitivity, if you can use it. So for my first day I used the default sensitivity for my drawing. Here you can see me testing it first to see how it feels. It's weird looking because my drawing tablet doesn't support if I turn my phone to landscape. Always use reference is not just a tip, but is actually a necessary process if you want to make good art. After tracing my reference I bring out another reference for my character, and today I chose the popular Boober, Gorgora. While editing I can clearly see that the lines are too thick for me. I also tried using a textured brush to see how it goes. So for first day I actually feel like it kinda regressed with how thick it looks. So for day 2, I used weak sensitivity. Although you can arrange it as you like, I actually don't have much experience with it. So I use any preset to get a feeling of it first. So for my day 2 art, I will draw Iori from Blue Archive. Right off the bat I can see the difference of using weak sensitivity. So while at it, I actually tried to keep in mind the line weighting. This also made me realize that if I didn't use a reference for my pose, everything would have looked a disaster from the start. So for clothes I used my reference from the pose, and just like that another line art day is done. So for day 3 I will draw Jane Doe from Zenless Zone 0. I actually recorded myself pulling for her while wearing a poorly made rat head cosplay.
But alas, the lad failed to raise the rat.
Anyway, I try to keep in mind the line weighting again as I draw. The video also said to draw using your arm, not just your wrist, so try to do it. And that's it for day 3 line art. Day for line art. The pose reference is from the anime Goblin Slayer, while the character is Lucy from Zenless Zone 0 again. If you know, you know. I digress, but for this art I tried to double the line weight. It is shown more in the buff dude. Added color since I was feeling oddly motivated. Day 5 I tried something different. I went for Mavis from Hotel Transylvania. Something different because I have been drawing almost full body until now. So for this one I did something portrait-like, which made me realize I'm not good at some close-ups and more details. So this one is kind of unfinished.
Art God forgive me for I have sinned.
I forgot to draw on day 6, but, on my defense, Fikesio and sure came out. Fikesio came out and stayed in my account for only 10 pulls, but of course I didn't spend the whole day playing. I also have some household chores to do and blah blah blah. Anyway, day 7 I was really motivated to draw Fikesio.
And boy, I dare say that I cooked.
With this as my pose reference. I was on some trance or something with how smooth the pen felt at the time. So you can say that this was thanks to day 6, making me realize that taking a break and getting some inspiration is also important. And boom, day 7 line art finished. Thanks for watching.